Hello friends, this video on quadratic equations part 5 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 4. Now we have seen that we have represented real life scenarios into quadratic equation. Now let's try to find solution of a quadratic equation. One method by which we can do is factorization. Factorization is one method by which we can find a solution of quadratic equation. Let's take one example to understand this. Let's assume this is my quadratic equation, x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. And we have to find a quadratic equation. To solve this, what we have to do, please pay attention here, little tricky here, x square minus 3x minus 10x is equal to 0. This 3x we have to write in such a way that a plus b is equal to minus 3, because this is minus 3, and a into b is equal to minus 10, because this is minus 10. That is, we have to write in this form x square minus a plus bx minus ab. We have to write in this form the equation. A plus b is equal to minus 3 and ab is equal to in fact 10 into 1, because this is 1x square actually. That is how we have to write. If we can write in this form x square minus a plus b in this form, then we can solve it. Let's see how we can do it. Let's find a number where a plus b is equal to minus 3 and ab is equal to minus 10. Let's assume a is equal to 4. If a is equal to 4, b is equal to 4 plus b minus 3, or b is equal to minus 7. b is equal to minus 7. A plus b is equal to minus 3, but ab if you say multiply you get minus 28. This is not possible. So I'll cancel this. Now let me take, let's suppose a is equal to 2. If we take a is equal to 3, let's suppose a is equal to 3, b is equal to how much? Minus 6. 3 into minus 6 minus 18. Not possible. Let me take a is equal to 2. A is equal to 2, b is equal to what? Minus 5. Because 2 plus b is equal to minus 3. Right? So b is equal to minus 5. So and a into b is equal to what? Minus 10. Minus 10. And that is what we were looking for. Correct? A plus b is equal to minus 3 and a b is equal to minus 10. So we have got this number a and b. See, finding this number a and b is the challenge. This, the more you practice, the better it is. If you practice more, you'll get the answer fast. But here, to start with, you have to try with different values of a and b, which suits. So we have tried for 3 values, 1 suits. For me, a is equal to 2 and b is equal to minus 5 suits my condition. Because a plus b is equal to minus 3 and ab is equal to minus 10. So what I'll write? I'll write this equation as nothing but x square minus a is nothing but minus 5, that is x square plus, let's suppose, plus a is 2x minus plus b is minus 5x plus minus 10. This form we have to write. I'll just factorize this guy 3 into nothing but plus 2x minus 5x. Why? Because plus 2 into minus 5 is equal to minus 10 and plus 2 plus minus 5 is equal to minus 3. That is what I was looking for. Now what I'll do, if you see in first 2 part x is common, so I'll write x into x plus 2 minus. In next 2 part I'll see 5 common, minus 5 into x plus 2. Correct? I can write in this form, it's equal to 0. Now if you see x plus 2 is common in both, so I'll write x plus 2 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. And thus I have factorized this equation into this part. X square minus 3x minus 10 I have written is equal to x plus 2 into x minus 5. Now if you see, this is nothing but some term k1 into k2 is equal to 0. If k1 into k2 is equal to 0, either k1 is equal to 0 or k2 is equal to 0, that means I can say either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x minus 5 is equal to 0, or I can say x is equal to minus 2 or 5. Any of this value. Let me repeat what I have done. The 3x part, minus 3x part, I have written in this fashion such that a plus b is equal to minus 3 and ab is equal to minus 10 into 1. This is 1 actually. and I found that 2 and minus 5 suits my condition. That is, a is equal to 2 and b is equal to minus 5 suits my condition. Then instead of minus 3x, I wrote plus 2x minus 5x. For the first two I found x common. For the next two I found 5 common. And then I saw that x minus 2 is common in both the cases. Correct? So I took x minus 2 common and then I got x minus 5 here is equal to 0. The solution I got is x minus 2 is equal to 0 or x minus 5 is equal to 0. That is, x is equal to minus 2 or 5. Let's take some more example to clear our concept. 2x square minus 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here if you see, this guy is 1 actually. So we have to find a and b such that a plus b is equal to 1 and a into b is equal to minus 6 into 2. Correct? This is 2. This is 1. It's minus 6. That is what I have to find. A plus b is equal to 1 and AB is equal to minus 12. Now let's put A is equal to 5. Let's suppose A is equal to 5. 5 plus B is equal to 1 or B is equal to minus 4. 5 into minus 4 is equal to minus 20. Not possible. Let's put A is equal to 4. 4 plus B is equal to 1 or B is equal to minus 3. 4 into minus 3 is equal to minus 12. Correct? So we have got our solution. That is, A is equal to 4 and B is equal to minus 3. If I put A is equal to 4 and B is equal to minus 3, I am getting A plus B is equal to 1 and A is equal to minus 12. That's what I have to achieve. In factorization, this part I have to write in this way such that A plus B is equal to this part, that is 1, and A into B is equal to product of these two. That is 2 into minus 6, that is minus 12. So I can write this as nothing but 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. So now if you see here in these two part, 2x is common. This is nothing but 2x into x plus 2. And in these two, 3 is common. Minus 3 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. So what I get is x plus 2 into 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to 3 by 2. Right? Because if k, there are two terms and equal to 0, I am saying k1 into k2 is equal to 0. Either k1 is equal to 0 or k2 is equal to 0. Because the multiplication of these two numbers is 0. That means either x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to 3 by 2. And that is my answer. That is my answer. Thus, by factorization, I found the solution. What I have done here also, I have tried to write this in such way that a plus b is equal to 1 because this is 1, b is 1, and a into b is equal to 2 into minus 6, that is minus 12. I found that a is equal to 4 and b is equal to minus 3 satisfies this condition, and thus I have written in this form. So I have written x is equal to 4x minus 3x, and I got x plus 2 into 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to 3 by. Let's take one more example because factorization is very crucial. If you learn it, the earlier you learn, easier it is. Here also we have this as 7. So we have to write AB in such way that a plus b is equal to 7 and AB has nothing but 5 root 2, this is 5 root 2 into root 2, that is 10. Correct? Because the middle part is 7, so I have to find AB such a way that a plus b is equal to 7 and a into b is equal to 5 root 2 into root 2, that is 10. Let's try to find. Let's put a is equal to 6 here. A is equal to 6, b is equal to 1. Correct? A is equal to 6, b is equal to 1 because b is equal to 7 minus, so b is equal to 1. So AB is here, 6 into 1, 6. This will not solve my purpose. Now let's take a is equal to 5. If I take a is equal to 5, b will come out to be 7 minus a, that is 7 minus 5 is equal to 2. AB will be 10 and that will serve my purpose. I want 10. So this is the value of a and b I am looking for. So I'll rewrite this equation in this form. Root 2x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. So if you see in this part, root 2x square and 5x, what is common? I'll take x common. This becomes root 2x plus 5. Correct? Here I'll take root 2 common. Why? Because I wanted to find this, have this in both sides. That is root 2 plus x. So if I take root 2 common, this will become root 2 x plus 5. And that is what my goal is. Because if this part, this is part 1, this part 2 is same, I can write this in better way. I'm supposed to make part 1 and part 2 same. So first step is to find a and b. We found a and b, and then second part is to write the equation in such a way that part 1 and part 2 is same. So that I can write the same thing in this form, root 2x plus 5 into x plus root 2. That is what I have done now. It's equal to 0. Since this was same, I could write this. So this becomes x is equal to minus 5 by root 2 or root 2, and that is the answer. Minus root 2. That is the answer. Very simple. Same thing. If we have put a and b, we have found the value of a and b such that a plus b is 7 and ab is equal to 10. We found a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 2, and we have solved the. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.